Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Puppet Show, sponsored by ArtSkills, where we bring to you our production of Little Red Riding Hood. We've prepared a wonderful show for you, and we're just about ready to start. At this time, we ask that you please turn off your cell phones, pagers, and all other electronic devices. And please refrain from booing, hissing, heckling the actors, food fights, and any flash photography. In the unlikely event of a water landing, slides will deploy from the side of the plane. Please stay in the middle of the slide path and avoid making your own path. That would be unsafe. And now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Once upon a time, there was a very beautiful girl who lived in a village near the forest with her mother. One day, her grandmother gave her a very nice red riding cloak, which is why everyone in the village called her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, Little Red Riding Hood's mother asked her to take a basket of goodies to her grandmother's house.
Oh, Little Red. Did you call me, Mother? Please take this basket to Grandma's house. And do not talk to strangers on the way. Yes, Mother.
And Little Red Riding Hood went through the forest with the little basket for her grandmother, who lived in a nearby village. Along the way, she saw many beautiful flowers in the forest.
Oh, what beautiful flowers. I will take some to my grandmother.
Suddenly, Little Red Riding Hood heard a voice.
Oh.
Good morning, Little Red Riding Hood.
Good morning, Mr. Wolf.
Where are you going so early?
I'm going to my grandmother's house to take her this little basket with some bread and honey.
And does your grandmother live far from here, Little Red Riding Hood?
Oh, no, Mr. Wolf. She lives just across the forest in the first little house in the village. The one with the white door.
Goodbye.
But
the big bad wolf went running off to go to the house before Little Red Riding Hood could get there. The wolf knocked on Grandmother's door, pushed his way in, and locked Grandmother in a closet. A few minutes later, Little Red Riding Hood arrived at her grandmother's house. She knocked at the door. Who's there?
Grandmother, it's me, your granddaughter, Little Red Riding Hood. I came to bring you a basket with some bread and honey.
Come in, my little granddaughter. Push the door. Little Red Riding Hood entered the little house. She went straight to her grandmother's room, and in the bed, there was the wolf dressed in her grandmother's clothes.
Wow. What big eyes you have, Grandma.
All the better to see you with, my dear.
What big ears you have, Grandma.
All the better to hear you with, my dear.
What big teeth you have, Grandma.
The wolf jumped out of bed and shouted, All the better to eat you with, my dear. Little Red Riding Hood screamed and tried to escape. At that moment, a nearby woodcutter heard the commotion and ran to Grandmother's house to help.
Get out of this house, you bad wolf!
The woodcutter bonked the big bad wolf on the head and saved Grandma and Little Red Riding Hood. The big bad wolf ran away and was never seen again. Little Red Riding Hood and Grandma lived happily ever after. The end. We've now come to the end of our show, and we hope you had a fabulous time. Thank you for your kind applause, thank you for your standing ovation, and most of all, thank you for staying awake. On behalf of ArtSkills and the cast and crew of our production, thank you for supporting the performing arts. You will find your bags nicely packed by Granny on Carousel 3, and we hope you had a howling good time. Have a good night.